I'm Tom Stimson, and welcome to AV Matters. In this session, we're going to talk about business development. A very frequent phone call I get is from owners who say, I hired a business development 6 months ago, and they haven't sold a thing yet. What should I do? And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, good. They're not supposed to sell anything. They're business development. But that's not the answer that the owner is looking for. What the owner is looking for is an understanding of how do I develop new business? How do I get new customers and convert them into sales? And they believe their solution is hire somebody to do business development. And business development at that point just becomes a title. And unfortunately, it's the wrong title. What they thought they were hiring is an outside salesperson. What the person who was hired thought they were supposed to be is business development. And this disparity in definitions is what we need to sort out here today. So whether you need business development or not really depends on what your understanding of business development is. And let me explain it to you. Business development, very simply, is the person who goes out and creates relationships for your organization. They network, they introduce, they discover new customers to bring back to the company so that you can build a relationship on a company-to-company basis. Sometimes what they will come back with is an opportunity to write a proposal, or bid on something, in which case business development's role is to give that back to the organization and let the account management and sales team deal with it. So true business development isn't about selling anything at all. It's not about writing proposals, and it's not about closing business. Let's explain what sales is, and maybe that'll help us understand business development differently. Sales is about the process of evaluating an opportunity, developing a response for that client, creating a proposal or an agreement, and negotiating a deal. That's what sales is all about. So sales is not necessarily going out and pounding the pavement to look for new customers, because if you're pounding the pavement, you're not writing business. Conversely, if you're writing business, you're not doing business development. So many organizations, once they get past the point of having 4 or 5 inside salespeople, need a business development person to go out and find new business for that sales team to work on. So in the classic design of business development, the business development person doesn't have any accounts, they don't manage any projects, they don't write any proposals. In your organization, however, you have people who do that, and business development becomes part of the team. So if sales' job is to negotiate and develop proposals, account management's job is to take care of longtime customers, which we call clients. So you have a certain amount of clients that do business with you at all times. You need account management to make sure that relationship continues. Account management becomes ongoing business development with an existing customer. And account management can actually find more business inside of an organization than your 1 contact or 2 contacts may have for you. In other words, they can develop that account to become a bigger account. In a smaller company, you may have 1 person or two people who wear all 3 hats: business development, sales, and account management. What's missing from those companies is the ability to shift gears, but one more fundamental piece of the sales team, and that's the inside salesperson, customer service rep, or order taker, if you will. We need people to answer the phone and take basic orders from customers. Sometimes it's people who have just found us on the internet that we haven't done business with before. I don't need business development to field those calls. I need somebody on the inside who's always at the office to pick up those calls and help us figure out what to do with them. Sometimes it's a simple transaction. Sometimes it's a query that will take the opportunity and move it up into the sales process and maybe eventually into the account management process. Sometimes that phone call is a signal for business development to go make a call and start developing a relationship with that potential customer. So remember, business development isn't really about selling. Business development is about expanding the horizons of your organization, getting you out into the channels that you need to be in, and in front of the kinds of people who might eventually buy from you, and make sure that more people know who you are. The next thing business development will do for you in those situations is help those potential customers see themselves doing business with you. If I can narrow it down to one thing, business development's job is to start to develop trust in potential customers. And if people find themselves trusting their business development person, they will transfer that trust to the organization. And if we behave in a trustworthy manner, our sales process will go more smoothly, and we'll have a chance to write more agreements and fewer proposals. So think about what business development means to your organization in terms of what do you need in the long term. If you want to grow your business, business development may be the right tool. However, if you have a lot of clients with untapped potential, maybe your sales team or your account managers need to be working on that instead. So think about titles. Titles matter, but job descriptions actually matter more. I'm Tom Stimson. Thanks for listening.